Cliffy Clyro and Bubbles.
I'll tell you what, you picked some good tunes tonight.
I always pick good tunes.
All in all, I was only having a laugh before I got it.
I don't care anyway.
I know, I don't either.
Right, so what's going on in Europe this week then? Well, we've got to mention it.
Well,
because
it'd
it's a
be
big
rude
debate.
not to, right? But the way I see it is, you're getting the government now shoving it down your face, telling you to vote yes, saying scaremonger tactics. We're going to lose everything. Oh, the banks will cave in. The banks will not cave in. We are an island, right?
Well, it hasn't done for hundreds of years, has it?
Right. We can still trade with Europe, right? Anything where they say you can't trade with them. Do you think if we're going to buy stuff off you, you're not going to buy it? It's like me saying to you, I'll buy that jumper off you for 20 quid. You're going to sell it, man.
Yeah.
Aren't you?
Yeah, of course.
You're not going to say, no, you're not in Europe now. I'm not buying it off you.
Well, I read it.
What a load of codswallop. Do not believe government propaganda, because that's all it is, mate. Because Cameron went over there a few months ago, striking his little deal, right? He said, I will push this vote through, because the public are that gullible, will swallow it, right? We do not need to be in Europe. We're throwing billions and billions of pounds at them each year.
No, we're in Europe. We don't need to be in the EU.
Well, we don't need to be in the EU, yeah.
Right, well, I know...
Pull out of it.
Angela Merkel has said in a private conversation, apparently that they gave nothing to us. They give us absolutely nothing.
No, they just take us, mate.
Some French minister has said he hopes that the British pull out of the EU.
Good.
Because
we will be doing.
Well, I hope we do. And then we've had an ex-New Zealand Deputy Prime Minister saying it'll be great news for the Commonwealth countries which we
turned our back on. We turned our back on
1973.
Turned our back on him
in 1973.
Let's get trading back with the Commonwealth.
Which is 30% of the world's population, I think.
Exactly.
The Commonwealth.
Exactly.
Some of these countries might not want to trade with us anymore.
Right,
but I'm sure we still do trade with them.
I'm going to tell you something now, and this is going to shock you.
Go on.
I read something the other day on the internet.
Do you believe it?
Yes, it was from Nigel Farage. Right.
So he's a bit extreme, Nigel Farage.
And Nigel Farage said, Cameron's aim now is to have a European army.
Oh, yeah.
So they've cut, they've chiselled away at the British Army.
Yeah, it's a militia now, not an army.
Yeah. It's hardly there, there's not there.
It's a militia.
There's not there. They keep chiselling away because they want a European army. And Europe's already sorting things out now.
That'll never work.
Right, we're already in with France in Syria. Think about it, mate. What he's saying is right.
Is history about to repeat itself? You look at the 1914-18 First World War.
Right.
It was regarding Germans. I know it was started in Sarajevo and Franz Ferdinand got shot. But it was about Germans trying to take control of Europe.
Yep.
In the Second World War, it was about Hitler trying to dominate Europe again.
He could have done
now, the Germans are dominating Europe again. Will we never learn our history lessons?
No way.
No way.
We've got to stay on our own. We're in a rock. We're an island.
We are an island, and we've got a deterrent as well, haven't we, for people not coming near us.
Right. Well, look at it. Let me just run this one by you now.
Hang on, just before you go on it. Just going back to the foreign countries, Spain have said, or what one minister in Spain has said, that the minute that Great Britain pull out of the EU, they're going to walk into Gibraltar.
Well, let's see what happens.
And I see that the Scottish nationalists now are playing the game again. They're playing the game because they're saying now they want to stay in Europe. So they said on the last referendum for breaking away from the Union that it's a once in a generation event. Right. Now, if we pull out of the EU, Britain as a whole, they're not going to accept that. They're going to go for independence again.
It's a vote. It's a democratic vote.
It is. Like
it's a democratic vote.
Like 55.3% of the Scottish people want to stay within European Union. But if Scotland wants to vote to pull away from the UK, that's fine with them.
Let them.
They've got entire rights to
govern yourself
where their destiny lies. That's fine with me.
Govern yourself.
But we must put border control in then. We'll have to put border control in.
Exactly.
End of story.
Exactly.
And then the history of the last 200 or 300 years will prove nothing.
Will prove that they'll try and get back in. So.
Well, see, Scotland are quite underdeveloped, and they get quite a lot more per head of person than people in England get.
Of course they do.
don't discount Wales and Northern Ireland out of this for a minute. This is an England-Scotland thing, in my view, my personal view.
Right.
And Scotland get something like £500 per head more a year spent on them.
Right.
Now, they're a population of about 8 to 10 million, I think. There's that many in London, isn't there?
Yeah.
Alone. So in my view, the Brits, the English, the Irish and the Welsh are propping them up.
Exactly.
And also, they've been going on about oil revenues.
Yeah.
And oil revenues have plummeted. And it's going to end up...
You can buy a barrel of oil now for $20, can't you?
And just while we're on Europe, if we decide to pull out of Europe, do we... What final... Like the Scottish want some reparation money.
Yeah.
If they want a separation, they wanted some of the British wealth, which they would be entitled to.
Yeah, we'll give them a little bit.
Right. So does that mean if the UK as a whole pull out of Europe, we get reparation money for the things that belong to Europe? What we're in the EU. Do we get our slice back?
No.
Will we ask for it?
No.
Will we ask for it?
No.
Well, we should ask for it then.
No. Let them have it. Right?
No,
let's pull out.
no.
Let me explain something to you. Let me just get this point across, right? When Cameron went over there, saying this, that and the other, have you noticed how that little refugee camp in France has now been taken down?
Yeah, they're putting him in
right. Have
containers.
Have you noticed since he said, I'll stay in Europe, right? But Boris is saying, no, let's get out of it.
Yeah.
Right, let's get out of it. We've got to get out of Europe.
Yeah.
Right? Otherwise, we will be, and this is not being racist,
be governed.
We'll be governed
by Brussels.
No, we won't be governed by Brussels.
We will.
The thing what frightens me is the migrants.
Right.
Right? You think of it, mate. You think of it. They've already invaded Germany.
Yeah. Yeah, but Merkel's allowed that.
Yeah, exactly.
And
but what
German
are they
people
doing
are
now?
up in arms about that now.
What are they trying to do now? They're trying to get rid of them all. Back to Turkey. So they're offering Turkey billions of pounds to take it back, right? Yeah. But what nobody's mentioned is in October, if we're still in that Europe, Turkish people...
In June it is.
Is it June?
Is it
no, the vote's in June,
yeah.
right? But in October, Turkey will become members of Europe.
No, they won't.
They will, mate.
They
will, mate.
No,
they will.
No, they don't. They don't.
They promised it. They promised it. I'm telling you, mate.
They can't do that without the European countries voting on it. What they do get is visa-free travel.
Right. It's the same. That's what I meant. Right. So basically, they will be able to travel all around Europe. Right. So then the next thing you know, with no borders. The next thing you know, Britain will be a nation of kebab shops.
Well, is it that already?
Well, there's a few Indians.
There's too many fast. But anyway, so the Turks are coming on board now. When Turkey's 3% of their land is Europe.
Right.
So that means the European border is there. Right. Syria, Iraq, and Iran.
On that note, we better go with a song.
Right. What we're going on next?
Then.
Yeah, this is for you. This one.
Why is that, mate?
Because of your post that you put on today about someone that you lost and you still love forever and they'll always have a place in your heart. So this is Davy Gray and please forgive me because I was looking for forgiveness today. So I'm giving you absolution from this side. And I'm putting this on for you.
I appreciate this and it's a great choice as well.
It is a good choice.
I do like your choice in music.
Thank you.
You've got the same sort of taste in music as Greg Thurston. He has got a great taste in music as well.
He has, yeah.
If you're listening tonight, Greg, there's a shout out for you.
Please forgive me if I act a little strange, for I know not what I do. Feels like lightning running through my veins every time I look at you. Every time I look at you. Help me out here, all my words are falling short. And there's so much I want to say. Want to tell you just how good it feels when you look at me that way. endless flow, moving out across the bay. Like a stone I fall into your eyes, deep into that mystery. Deep into some mystery. I got half a mind to scream out loud. I got half a mind to die. So I won't ever have to lose you good. Won't ever have to say bye. I won't ever have to lie. Won't ever have to say bye. Please forgive me if I act a little strange, for I know not what I do. Feels like lightning running through my veins every time I look at you. Every time I look at you, every time I look at you, every time I look at you.
David Gray, and please forgive me.
Yes, please forgive me for I have sinned. If you're one of them women out there that I have sinned against, please forgive me.
Right, so what we're going to talk... Oh, I just want to mention it's my brother's 50th birthday today.
You're Raymond?
Raymondo, yeah.
50 today,